There were only 15 in my graduating class, so we were pretty well spread out over the whole town. My mother was an excellent cook, so I didn't have to do much of the cooking. She actually worked at the cafeteria at the wing school with her cousin, Doris Kershaw, who was the dietitian there. And she would go to work on the bus with me in the morning. All the children would go, and any of the teachers that were on the route. We had a teacher, Mrs. Freeman, who was our 7th grade teacher. She would go on the bus. I believe Mrs. Snow went on the bus too. She was my 2nd grade and 5th grade teacher. It was the Henry T. Wing School. That was it. 12 grades on the 1st floor, grades 1 to 6, and the high school and junior high on the 2nd floor.
Wow. Wow.
And by the time we got to high school, there were men coming home from the service, and we had 2 teachers who had been in the service and had been overseas. And as a matter of fact, one of our, I think she taught typing and that sort of thing. Her name was Miss Ann Saloni. She's since married, and our class gets together once a month to have lunch. And she's still alive, and she came to visit with us and have lunch with us. There were girls' sports. They had basketball team, was Cape champions. Of course, all the other towns had smaller schools too, so it was, and the boys also had basketball, and they played baseball. No football or soccer or anything like that, and needless to say, we didn't have track and golf, and but very active sports group. It would, you know, the whole town would go to the games. Sandwich had a history of having, you know, ball teams that were of good caliber, shall we say.
Excellent.
When you had your junior prom, nowadays it's just the juniors that go to the junior prom, but everybody went to the junior prom, including the parents and townspeople, and you know, it was it was a night out.
Did they go to chaperone, or did they go to dance?
No, just to visit mainly, just a chance to socialize. And of course, the Grange Hall was very active down on Old County Road. When I was growing up, they had a whist party there every Saturday night, and following that, they had dancing for the younger crowd.
At the wing school, all 12 grades, there was no kindergarten in those days, and we had basically 12 rooms for 12 grades. The high school did have about 3 separate, had a study hall, and there was a business room, and there was a science room in the basement where they did chemistry one year and then physics in the alternate year. And the business part, and then there was a math room and one other room where they taught languages, and that was sort of the whole extent of the high school. And the same teacher, now I had a Mrs. Mary Wing who taught biology, she taught French, she taught Latin, and did field walks for any of these subjects, but she was very diversified.
She was a Renaissance woman.
Oh, she was. She was a family, town family, and in fact, she lived up the street from me. And she'd give me the devil for not being able to congregate my verbs, saying in French. And then I was going out the door, she'd say, Howard, she says, when you come to school tomorrow, would you get some skunk cabbages out of the swamp? I want those for biology. Very interesting lady. She was a nice person, but she called a spade a spade. I remember I walked over the bridge on the dedication in a school band. And old Mr. Quersey was our band director, and the Sandwich, the Shawm band was made up of Bourne and Sandwich students. And we walked between the 2 bridges at 12 years old or something like that.
Oh, that was huge. The town townspeople were so proud of that building. You know, to have a pool. It's the only high school on the Cape with a pool, and to get that passed was big. And then, of course, the radio studio. All of that was just.
The radio
Because,
coverage.
you know, there were a lot of younger families coming in. It was, you see, it's grown from the 5,000, and we're up to 23,000, I think now. A real building boom started, and those were a lot of young families coming in, and that's why we ended up now with our 3 elementary schools, and the whole. At that time was really, I guess we're pretty much built out now, but it was a real building craze. And